Sybil said the European Commission's Brexit suggestions sounded like an ultimatum for the UK to give in to Brussels' demands during trade negotiations. He said, "I would like to refer to the European Commission recommendations for a Council's decision and annex on the second phase of the negotiations which the European Commission issued today. It reads very much like an ultimatum. I read it very carefully. May I urge you to be very robust in your response and language." Parliament TVGETTYBrexit News. Sybil said British voters would support leave even more because of the EU's attitude hearing evidence from Prime Minister Theresa May ahead of the Parliament's December recess. Sybil said the Brussels' current attitude and plans would have pushed British voters to emphatically support Brexit in the event of a second referendum. Sybil continued, in the big picture, given that voters last year voted to leave the European Union, they would do so even more emphatically now if they were to have taken on board the very specific arrangements and proposals that have been put forward by the likes of President Juncker, by President Macron, by Schulz and so on and so forth for even deeper European integration. The European Union published its draft Brexit negotiating directives in which it suggested the UK should not try to cherry-pick parts of EU membership it would like to maintain during the second phase of the negotiations. It comes after EU chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier struck a blow to Mrs May's hopes when he said there was no place for financial services in any post-Brexit trade deal. May I urge you to be very robust in your response and language. Sybil Cash. However, in the first set of discussions on the end state of the Brexit negotiations, the Prime Minister and Brexit Secretary David Davis agreed to demand a bespoke deal from the EU regardless. But senior Brussels figures, including President of the EU Commission Jean-Claude Juncker, are said to be not happy with the announcement, which was unauthorized. A senior government source said, "Nobody pays any attention to what Barnier says in Brussels, yet in Britain, it is oddly taken as EU gospel when it is not. They are not happy with Barnier. Juncker has fallen out with him because of his colossal ego, and even Selmayr is having second thoughts." Mr. Juncker, who appointed the veteran French politician, is reported to be so angry with his chief negotiator that he has been sidelined from talks surrounding the divorce deal.